6 days you shall labor and do all your work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord your God. In it you shall do no work, you, nor your son, nor your daughter, nor your male servant, nor your female servant, nor your cattle, nor your stranger who is within your gates. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and rested the seventh day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. That is number 4. 5. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long upon the land which the Lord your God is giving you. Number 6. You shall not murder. Number 7. You shall not commit adultery. Number 8. You shall not steal. Number 9. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. You shall not commit. Number 10. You shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, nor his male son, nor his female son, nor his ox, nor his donkey, nor anything that is your neighbor's. That is number 10. Okay? In the name of the Lord we pray. It's a poster. Now we begin to look at it one after the other. We have laid your bed and the end of them. So the number 1 says, thou shalt not have any other God before me. You shall have no other gods before me. There are various verses of this. I ask the question, what do we understand by command or command? What do we understand when somebody commands? Is it ordinary word, ordinary statement? What weight does it have? Does it have any weight? Is it just
When you want somebody to do something, but we have particularly there are many ways you can do that. One of the ways is pleading with somebody, please, and you do this. Another circumstance, that person has the right to say yes or no. Number 2, you can persuade somebody. You can persuade somebody to do something. Under that circumstance, that person it is your duty, you must be keep on telling that person, get him convinced. Persuasion. I'll keep on talking to you, keep on explaining, keep on explaining until that he sees reason to do that. That's another way of telling somebody to do things in a particular way or in the way you think it. But when another one is command, when command comes in, whether you like it or not, you are bound to that. And what command is the always come from higher authorities. Comes from higher authorities. That's like humility. says, hey, do this, it's a command. You must do it. This is why there is what practices to obey last command. Command is not punish you. If you don't do it, you have the consequences. Commandment is also for must
say that it is a command from God. We have to say that the choice we have is to obey it. And that should be our choice. But if you say you will not do it, have you seen somebody who is not physically, you cannot say it. Physically, you cannot say it. But spiritually, that's of course. But spiritually, that's of course. When God says do and you refuse, there is some punishment attached.
Like we said, God created us. But we creation, all creatures are not the same. There are some that are more complex than the other. Man is more complex than animal. Chimpanzee, all this. In fact, if they can reason and see man, they might think man is God. Like the way God has embedded wisdom and understanding in man. Also, after man, there are other beings that we are created so powerful that if you don't take time by the power given to them by God and the way how complex they are meant, you might think they are God. God made angels. The Bible says that the angels are created a little above man. I think in Psalms. Now these angels, they are created for everything, has a purpose for creation. God created angels to walk with him in the realm above. Like Satan, other angels. When we talk about the cherub, God's spirit was Satan. He walks directly in the throne. So you could imagine a being to walk with him in the realm above. Like Satan, other angels. When we talk about the cherub, God's spirit is if one angel appears in its real form in this earth, some of them have the power to melt the world. But if not that God, God is in control. If one of them appears in the power they will, they can melt this world. So some of these angels are impossible. Some are in water, some are in the air. And one thing about them is that they can change form. They can change form from one form to the other. God has given them that power. Now, because they have that power, human beings and all of them, their spirit, all of them are looking for who will worship them, the fallen ones. So that's why the Bible is not about other gods, small gods. Those ones have power, even though God has the supreme power. So if you look at, if you take them for granted, they'll mess you up. Now, a lot of people have decided to worship them because they themselves can give power. They themselves can give money. They themselves, but there are a few things, exceptional things they cannot do. Once it gets to that level, God only is in charge of that level. Now that's why the Bible is saying, even though these gods, small angels, and have this power, they are not, they don't worship them. Don't worship them. So as we progress, we will.
Thank you. Does any other person have something to add to this? Having other gods, do we have other gods that are existing? I'm not talking of having it before God now. I'm talking of there are other gods that are existing, which God says, thou shalt not have these gods before me. You should not regard them. Give them the first. I don't know whether I'm adding. Give them the first priority attention. Are there other gods like that? So that we will know if there are some other gods like that, we will be able to run away from giving them that position before we can now come to God. Because in the African religion, they say that they pass through the small gods to get to the higher God. That's the African religion. It's the new. It's not true that we pass through to get to this higher God. That is why God is saying, thou shalt have no other God before me. I am the one in charge. Don't pass through them. Are we following? Go ahead.
Issue of worshiping another God.
We are not going to worship.
Okay,
We are talking of
having
other. We have other gods.
Yes, we have so many other gods. And the truth is that I don't know. Most of us are not even aware. about it. But there is something in Joel said in one of them. It said, those that don't believe in the right thing, no, sorry, the existence of Satan are those that he even uses the more. Understand? There are some people that will tell you, I was discussing with one guy, he was telling me all these, he was talking about money ritual, attack, all those things that people still talk about, all those things that it doesn't exist, it doesn't do this, it doesn't do what, those things are fictitious, something people imagine. So I was trying to let him that he should be careful, because for the facts you have no experiences does not mean it doesn't happen, or perhaps it's still happening in a way in your life because you are maybe sometimes you can be spiritually blind, you don't even know that something like this is happening. So most of us, even Christians, are part of following other gods without even knowing that they are following other gods. So I think that identifying them, just like we are studying today, is one of the most important things to identify ways. And Jesus says something about, and that was in Matthew chapter 6, about Mammon and there's a money talking about Mammon. This is another form in another confusing or dicey way, because looking at it, money is not like a god. Looking at money is not like, you are not seeing money as like a god, but it's very dicey. Because why I say dicey, because you might not really think that it's not a shrine. Money is not a shrine. It's not like other things that you go to this thing. But in a way, you can also,
It has power.
yes, it can also have power that you can give your allegiance to if you are not careful. Thank you.
All right.
Let me add up something.
Okay.
It has taken us a little bit. You see, you could see people worshiping wood, some iron. I'm not talking about worshiping, I'm also present. You see, in any of these things, you see, there is a spirit behind them. If a native doctor comes in now and plant a tree and this thing, you know what? They invoke a spirit to start, and those spirits need somebody that will recognize them. Once you do something and you see one will come and occupy there and begin to use that place as its occupation. So when you are talking about money, there is a force. It's not that money. There's a power behind that, the head. So what I'm saying is, when the Bible says other gods, it's mostly these little angels. And then in addition, there are also men from history that have been so powerful that people tend to worship. That they have made themselves demigod. They can kill, once they say so a lot of maybe fear, people take them as the God we are seeing. So human beings, higher authority, and these fallen angels, even the angels that are with God, that didn't fall, man may tend to what. That's why when Gabriel came, there was a time Gabriel came, Daniel wanted to, he said, no, please don't, I am a fellow servant. Because of the power Gabriel could wield, Daniel was tempted to do more than the angel rejected and said, no, don't pass them. So what we're saying is the gods here are more of those angels because of the power they wield.
Okay. Thank you. If we stretch it further, we will see that there are many gods.
Yes.
Many gods. And God, in all these gods, does not want us to place them close to Him or first. God wants us to put them aside so that He can deal with us. He has made us in His own image. And because He has made us in His own image, somewhere in the Bible it is said that you are small gods. Not the gods were not, but Adam has brought in something. There is the point where somebody will be tough, harsh, pretends. He doesn't joke. Before you know it, he has hit. You begin to see him as somebody you cannot play with. Somebody who must say and you do. If you don't do it, he will give you. In that case, you are making him a God. And if care is not taken, whatever he commands you to do, you do. Whether good or bad, before the sight of God, you begin to do it. Is it not? So we must be careful. Such people exist. Such people exist. And we don't need to obey people, because that was what happened in the case of the apostles before the second. When they began to spread the good news, they were arrested. They were arrested and arraigned before the Sanhedrin. They wanted to throw them into prison, except for the intervention of Gamaliel, the renowned lawyer, known in the land of Israel, who intervened and said, no, we have seen people who have gathered disciples like this before. And we saw that they killed the teacher, the master, and the members scattered. For this one, we have seen the activities. If it is of God, and you deal with them, you are dealing with God. You know, they said they believe in God, and they were worshiping God also. So if you are doing it now to stop this, you may be fighting against the person you are defending, God. So leave them. And what they did was to beat them up and ask them to go. Of course, the disciples were happy that they have shared from the sufferings of Jesus Christ. They continue them. So what are we saying? What we are saying is there are many, many, many ways of having other gods. And that is what God is warning, that we should not have other gods before. Don't place something first when it comes to matters concerning God. Don't keep other things first. There are the things that may interest us. Let us do the Bible. Before we will return to the ones we can see with one another. Anything that takes the first position in your life, if care is not taken, that has become a God with you. Nothing will appeal to you anymore. The time you have is for that thing. It can even deny you your food. It can deny you anything, whether pleasure or something else. That thing that takes the first position in your life becomes a God. It is said that you become a slave to the thing, something like that. If you have something that is ruling your life, you become a slave to that thing. Because whatever that thing wants you to do is what you do. Here God has given us a commandment, asking us to have no other gods before Him. Does it then mean that if we have God, that we can also have these other ones? We can have God first, then we can also have these other ones. If you say, do not have other gods before. What does the before tell me? Are you getting my point?
Yes.
Please answer me. Let us see.
I think the Igbo version, like it says, so It means that he's God and God and only. So it means we shouldn't have any other God in addition to him. So we really say that it's God and God alone. That's the deal explain what God is trying to say. Is it him alone?
Yeah. Any other input?
That if it were today, we could have been contented. Have me as your only God.
God. Yes.
That is my own version.
But that is not the version. So that people can find the way to wriggle out. So there's no wriggling out.
Yes.
It is when you have God, you have him alone. Because he said, I am God alone. No other God exists alongside me. No other God. So when we begin to think that we can, go with other gods, we are defying ourselves. You understand me? You are making yourself something that is abominable, is taboo, something God cannot do anymore, because it is God and God alone. If you have declared for him, if you have recognized him as God, don't recognize any other God. Have we understood? Alright, now let us come back to this. Really, these angels manifest, can do, can change, can become anything. And most times what we see in social media, television, and all these things, we see where a snake, I don't know how they do it, will come from the bush, come close to the road, before you know it, it will stand, become a human being. Have you seen such a thing?
Yes, yes.
Is it real?
No, it's computer. But it happens actually in real life. Something like that can happen.
So that's why I want to see it.
Yeah.
Some of the ones you see in social media might not be. These are just
Imaginations.
but in
Real life.
if in real life, you might not see. But the Bible has told us that these angels are created that they can take any form, any shape they like. And that is one of the things that is causing problem in the world today. If a fallen angel wants to take my shape now, you will see that angel change. You see Okasma and God leave it. He has that power. God created them in that way. He wants to change anything now because all these things are changing. They have a target to deceive you. When they change in my form, you will see a Okasma. You don't know that another being is taking. That's what happens with dead people, and people will say he died here, and you see him somewhere. Don't argue with that. He's so he has changed to confuse the person the other, so that he will believe in one particular way or the other. So it's possible in real life. It's possible they change because once that is done, there's a target. There's something that spirit or that one wants to achieve. It's possible.
Let me share a little experience.
Okay.
You know, before now, I also used to believe that those things doesn't exist until I was 2 years ago. I saw something like that. And it was around 4 a.m. when I was light. I was in my place. So I came to urinate my toilet. So the toilet room is always open. So I was like, I saw something outside. Like, the thing is very, very huge. Like a human being with the head. The head is very tall. Very higher than this building, very long. I was like, what's this? Is this sleep eye or something? So I clear my eye. I now say, let me peep from the window. Later I saw another thing. I fell on the floor. So I never knew actually what happened. Couldn't regain consciousness. I was just like, I don't know how, maybe probably I would say 2 minutes or 5 minutes I was there. Like someone that was speaking in the toilet also. I now have to go up. I started praying and shouting. I called my mom, called my brother, that we now pray with that. You see the whole thing, and it was so terrifying. Actually, I saw at least the image, I saw it. It was not imaginary, it's something I saw. So when I told some of my elders, they said, yeah, some things like that, people can come in contact with that. Actually, what happened to me is that when I saw it, I wanted to look further. Understand? Because me, I lied to you, actually know what happened, what is happening. So that was because I opened the windows and then you actually look what is standing there. And so that was what happened to me. And the man said that I should thank my God that it's actually God that actually saved me. And I understand that maybe probably my hands are doing this and that. So something like that. People do encounter those things. There are some people that you encounter, you start having fever or headache or something like that. I've seen people when they encounter something, fever, high headache, especially small children. That's what is called concussion. Small children, when it used to happen to them sometimes. When those things are real, they move around, though they don't see them, but at some time they are faced with human beings.
Yes. Yes. When they don't want you to see them, they disappear.
Yes. Because it makes like
they are close to you.
Yes, they are.
My own experience will tell you that it is real. One day I was moving in the night with one of my brothers. We go to somewhere. We had a very bright torch, which I was holding, and he was right. I was sat behind him. We got to a point, the torch was off, because there was a very bright light coming before us. The moment this torch was off, that one was also off. We kept riding. That time my head became as big as this house. I'm telling you what happened. And I shouted, "God, save us!" We rode and passed. By the time we turned our eyes, that light was gone. We went where we were going. But that touch never lighted again until we came back. By the time we came back, we saw that the torch, the battery was still alive. We put the torch on the torch. They are within us. They live within us. Sometimes they don't allow us to see them. That was why they put off our own light. Put off it. They see you, but you will not see them. They can manifest to become anything. They are there manipulating, like Eda said. Whatever they want to achieve, they go for it. They know the form they will take to achieve that thing. Remember the case of Saul and Samuel. When Samuel got there, he said, "Call up, who?
Spirit of Saul.
The spirit of Samuel. The spirit of Samuel. Until the witch said, "No, I will not. You are Saul. You are the one who has driven away the witches and the wizards from the land of Israel. You are looking for a way to trap me and kill me." He said, "No, I am in their name. I will never do anything to you. Just help me. I need this." And the witch went in and invoked the spirit that was sent to Samuel. That spirit that came wore the nature of who? Samuel had the voice of Samuel and came up and spoke. What he said happened. Are we following? Yes. But what you will use to know that was not Samuel is Saul sought the information from God himself. God did not answer him. He sought it from the prophets around him who were living. None of them gave him the answer. Before he started looking for the witch. Who is she serving? Satan. So it was not God's design to answer Saul. But Satan was ready to give the answer, to make him believe that the work of the witch was greater than the work of the prophets or God himself. So they can manifest to convince you against even your own knowledge and understanding. Unless you are strong enough and you know who you are and your relationship with God, they can come to trick you down, to use trick, connect, and bring you to their feet, and you begin to bow to them. One pastor I knew in those days said, "Let nothing make you call a president." Those who are from people, do you understand what I mean? For you, let nothing make you call Satan uncle. Give him recognition. No. In everything he does, be able to recognize that this is Satan coming, so that you will not give him that honor he's looking for. If you give him that honor, you have replaced God in your heart with the devil or his the small God. That is what this place is trying to tell us. Thou shalt not have other gods before me. God is saying, if we do that, we are no longer working with we have deviated. We will be jumping about, thinking that we are still the one we were, the ones we were, or the person I was. We have lost it. Not knowing that we've lost it. People, when they say they are working horses, it sounds strong. It sounds abusive. But there are human beings who are working horses. I hear that some of the ladies who are into club and all this, that they are doing a good boys. We use them and take whatever value that God has deposited in those girls. And when they have done that, they will say they have used our. Have you ever seen something like that?
Yes, sir.
And they have used it, or they will use that. Because you have given yourself to one who is being used by the devil, and the devil has collected something that makes you. We think that we're still alive. And we live from one place to the other, or the end. We are not. For our girls and our ladies, I don't know where we will be to say this thing. But then not. It's not right to be just. So that God has still have what he has deposited in you, still be, and make you know there are people who are God. There are children of God. God is interested in you. God is interested in his people. He doesn't want us to wander away. He has a less enough for us. Because he wants us to be patient. He wants us to be patient. talk, you know it's a failure. I'm not hearing of it. I don't mean to say this. So God takes his time, and the next thing is not there to come at the time he has allotted to those things. The next time, that's all. So we have other dogs that are coming up, and God says, have nothing to do with them. There are so many things that are not so much importance to anything. Believe that anything can happen again. That is what for you. God can use anything to bring you closer to Jesus. I'm not going to have your history. Don't force God. Allow God to have a way in you to bring you closer and closer to Him. By the time God brings you closer, you become a strong man of God. So that when you talk, God will listen. When you pray, answers will come. When you move, and so many things like that. I am experiencing God in my life. I'm telling you, I am experiencing God in my life. I've experienced Him many times. I've experienced Him many times. I mean physical experience that I can talk about God without using the Bible. If you take away the Bible from me, I still have things that I can remember in me, that this is the relationship I have with God that will keep me. I want us to go to that point where we can say, I have experienced God. If all of us experience God, like I was trying to say today, so we come here, are you still there? Are you still there? Let's pray. Because we are all there. But when it is not that, it appears we are trying to perform the issue. Okay, so you are raising your hand.
I want to make reference to the example we cited. That should be first the reach has ended. You know, most of us today in our church, we tend to go with this argument that all those fake prophets, is he not the one that said that this will happen? It will not happen. Of course, it will not happen. Now that's the only one you can actually say they are fake. If you check out what happened at the end, it happens and it's still fake. Now, if you go on with this line of thought, because the prayer house says something does not happen, it's fake. That means you're only setting yourself at age that anytime it happens, that it will be real. So we should be very, very careful. Familiar spirits does not necessarily mean that it doesn't happen. We should be very careful with that, because a lot of fake prophets have said something, it has happened. So we humans, we tend to seek for proof. Proof sometimes does not necessarily mean that it comes from God. Someone can give you proof, apart from like what normally happens. Maybe sometimes they fake. That's also the another one we have that they used to fake. There are some they don't fake. It's not as if they are faking anything. They do not bring any God. It will happen, and because it happened, you now say, this one I did here, and it happened for my eye. Look, it happened, and because you believe with God, and probably you go to another one. They pray and something did not happen. You say, this one is fake. So what we are trying to do, we should check all these things, check the will of God. Just like you say, Samuel went to other prophets, they refused went to God, God refused before he went to the winch. And what the winch actually said is what happened. But does that necessarily mean that it's from God? No. So we as Christians, we need to be careful about this proof. We normally seek for proof. Give me proof, give me proof. All proofs are not always true, and they are not always coming from God. We should be careful about that.
Thank you. You have something to say?
The lessons are studied. It's not unfortunate that our people refuse to be here and get things. Because all these things like this happening in the world today, and people are getting confused, including our people, like you said. These kind of lessons that will help you to discern, not exactly the other dogs you are calling. You have to mind that they are not of the same rank. You know what I'm saying? These people, the angels, they are not of the same rank. They have different ranks according to how they are also created. Each of the angels, God made it purposely for a particular thing. So some have more powers than the other. Their grandmaster, Lucifer, controls people. When they have their operations and they say stop, everybody will do what? Stop. When you come to some of our communities, you see Amadu Anaka, you see Hanjok, you see there are some of them. When you hear the summon Akalobaya in English, when there are some of them, when you hear their name, people will begin to reflect because their power to that one instantly will strike you dead. You understand?
Yes.
And there are some of them too, because their power is just limited. You might not get them, but they're everywhere. Now, look at what happens those times. If a particular spirit is in control, and they take you to another one that is higher, you find out that one will do what? And people will hear that, oh, this one is the power from who? From God. You see what happens? The higher authority, once he sees the higher authority and there's a command, he gives way for his organ to take control. That particular one too, when you go higher in the realm of spirit, there's also the one that is higher. So that is why some of all these places, each of them will want to go to the highest place and get his power from where, when he says, he knows that he is coming from a very higher range. So we need to be very careful. Very careful indeed. Because you might think this man, as soon as he says it's done, it is done. It is operating at a particular level. You understand? So there are gods. And I also want to, when I say everything that you cherish so much, you don't want to leave that thing becomes God. Before you begin to cherish this your clothes, begin to cherish a particular thing, there is something that is in control, something that is manipulating you in spirit. And so those things are attached to a particular, will I say particular lifestyle that is controlling you. And when this little and because they are very intelligent, when they see where you are, the thing that is always there, they key in there and manipulate you. That is what.
Thank you so much. I think we are coming to something. And after learning and hearing and being part of what we are doing, I don't want us to fall victims of what we are doing. Many people fall victims because they do not be in the water. As we are studying now, the Lord is telling us, and He's giving us more space. Have something in us. He's filling us with His presence. It's over here. Where two or three are gathered, I am power of God. Don't live here and know it. Make use of it. Grow in it. So that you become a better person in the world. So that God can see you as only you. It will benefit us better than maybe the devil will destroy anyone who comes and surrenders. He has no salvation. The devil has no salvation for himself. Anyone who comes into him, he will destroy. That's what the Bible says. He has come to steal and to destroy. He is a liar and the father of lies. Anyone who surrenders to him, the point is that when his father says, bidding or will, because the devil is the father of it and does it well. So we should not surrender. We should surrender. And God, who has come to give us life and give it out more abundantly. That is what God will give to us. The salvation we are looking for is not found in any other, in Christ Jesus. And if you are for Christ, the Spirit of God will be in you, defending you and directing you. So we need to come closer and closer so that we will be able to instruments in the hands of God. I want to thank you. Is there anything now in this one? How shall I know other gods? That God has done. How shall I have any other gods? God is angry. Not happy when we begin to do interest in other gods. How did another man say, oh, there's no other God anyway? Only God. All right. Next. I will not say this. Next time, if you're going to be next week, when we look at it from the Bible, we saw that second commandment has so much in it. So by next time we be talking about it, we will see what it has from, how we should relate to it, and the Lord bless us.
Amen.